Hi, I'm George Wieland E. Molina, your teacher. I am here to teach you everything that you need to know about basic Adobe Photoshop. Hi, our lesson for today is all about the digital file formats. Our topic includes the definition of image file format, loosey and looseless compression, the number of colors, and the popular image file format known today. So what do we mean by image file format? Image file format is the standardized means of organizing digital file format. Image file format can be stored in either compressed, uncompressed, or vector formats. In simple words, organizing image file format is just like student in a particular classroom. You sort them according to their gender, according to their abilities, or sometimes according to their preferences. The characteristic of the individual file format can be separated according to their pros and cons. Each individual file format has advantage and disadvantage according to their usage. Image files are composed of digital data in one of these formats so that the data can be rasterized for the use on a computer display or printer. Rasterization converts the image data into a grid of pixels. Each pixel has a number of bits to designate its color and in some formats, its transparency. Rasterizing an image file for a specific device takes into the account the number of bits per pixel, the color depth that the device is designed to handle. Image files can be compressed. Compression is a term used to describe ways of cutting the size of a file. Compression scheme can either be loosey or looseless. In the loosey compression, it accepts some degradation in the image in order to achieve smaller file size. It might store color information at a lower resolution than the image itself. While in looseless compression, it disregards no information. It looks for efficient ways to represent an image while making no change in accuracy. It looks for a recurring pattern in the file and replace each occurrence with a short abbreviation, thereby cutting the file size. Now, let us discuss the number of colors. Images starts with differing number of colors in them. The simplest images may contain only two colors, such as black and white, and it only need one bit to represent each pixel. Many early PC video cards would support only 16 fixed colors. Later cards would display 256 simultaneously, any of which could be chosen from a pool of 2:24 or 16 million colors. New cards devote 24 bits to each pixel and therefore capable of displaying 2:24 or 16 million colors without restriction. A few display even more, since the eye has trouble distinguishing between similar colors. 24-bit or 16 million colors is often called true colors. Now, let's go to our main topic, which are the digital file formats. I have listed here at least 6 of the common file formats used in Adobe Photoshop. First, we have the JPEG. JPEG is short for Joint Photographic Expert Group. It is the most popular among the image file format used in web. Pros of JPEG includes 24-bit color with up to 16 million colors. It has rich colors, great for photograph that needs fine attention to color detail. It is most used and most widely accepted image file format. It is all capable of most OS, especially for Mac, PC, and Linux. Cons of JPEG includes they tend to discard a lot of data. After compression, JPEG tends to create artifacts. It cannot be animated and it does not support transparency. Next, let's go to GIF. GIF, which is short for Graphic Interchange Format, is limited to the 8-bit palette with only 256 colors. Pros includes it can support transparency. It can do small animation effects. Lossless quality, they contain the same amount of quality as the original, except of course, it only has 256 colors. Great for images with limited colors or with flat regions of colors. Cons of GIF includes it only supports 256. That's the limit of it. It is the oldest format in the web, having existed since 1989. It hasn't been updated since, and sometimes the file size is larger than other files. Next, we have BMP. BMP stands for Windows Bitmap, in which the image files within Microsoft Windows operating system. In fact, it was at one point one of the few image file format that exist. Pros, works well with most Windows programs and OS. You can use it as a window wallpaper. Cons include it does not scale or compress well. Again, very huge image files making it not web friendly. No real advantage over other image file formats. Next, we go to TIFF. TIFF stands for Tag Image File Format and was created by Aldous for desktop publishing. And by 2009, it was transferred to the control of Adobe Systems. TIFF is popularly among common users, but has gained recognition in graphic design, publishing, and in photography industry. Pros of TIFF includes very flexible format. It supports several types of compression like JPEG, LZW, or ZIP, or no compression at all. High quality image format. All color and data information are stored. TIFF format can now be saved with layers. It only has one particular con: very large file size and long transfer time. Huge disk space consumption equals to slow loading time. Next, we have PNG, which stands for Portable Network Graphics. It is recently introduced format, so everyone is familiar with it. But PNG has been approved as a standard since 1996. It is an image format specifically designed for web. Pros include lossless, so it does not lose quality, detail after image compression. It, in a lot of ways, better than GIF. To start, PNG often creates smaller file size than GIF. It supports transparency better than GIF. Cons of PNG: not good for large images because they tend to generate very large file, sometimes creating larger files than JPEG. Unlike GIF, however, it cannot be animated. Not all web browsers can support PNG. Lastly, we have PSD, or the Photoshop document. Image file created by Adobe Photoshop, a professional image editing program often used to enhance digital photos and create web graphics. It is the native format used to save files in Photoshop. PSD file may include image layers, adjustment layers, layer mask, annotations, file information, keywords, and other Photoshop-specific elements. Now, let us break down each individual file formats according to their specific usage. First, for print graphics. TIFF is best and the only choice for professionals when images are intended for print. Its ability to read CMYK and YCBCR colors, plus its ability to store such high pixel intensity, makes it the only choice for designers, photographers, and publishers. For web graphics, PNG, JPEG, and GIF are the most web-friendly image format there is. JPEG is great for images when you need to keep the small size, such as when you need to upload it online. If you don't mind compromising the quality of the image a bit, use JPEG. If you want to keep the small size, but still retain the image quality, use PNG. GIF is the worst choice. Although file sizes are very small and they load very fast, plus if you want to add animation effects, use GIF. PC and Mac compatibility. If you are using Mac or PC or constantly shifting from one another, JPEG is the best image format for PC and Mac compatibility. For logos and line art, JPEG is the worst choice. It tends to add artifacts and blurred text, lines, and edges. JPEG also cannot support transparency, which is often need for logos and icons. GIF is a good choice, but it pales in comparison to TIFF and PNG. Both of the latter image formats are lossless, store as much image information, and are not limited to 256 colors, unlike GIF. They also don't add artifacts, or, that is the downfall of JPEG, and keep the logo or line art sharp and concise. Lastly, for clip art, GIF is the best image for clip art and drawn graphics that only use few colors and precise lines and shapes. Now, we already differentiate each individual file formats. Always remember, each individual file formats comes along with their acronyms, and those particular acronyms are listed on the extension name of each file. Example, project.jpg or animation.gif, or it can also be photoshop.psd. Those file extensions listed at the end of each file name determines the file format for each file.